Hello, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to another episode of Middle-earth: Shadow of War. So today, we're going to be collecting all of the Gondorian artifacts in the area of Nurnen. The first step in this process is to unlock all the Seeing Stones, and if you'd like to see how I did that, I already did it in a previous episode. Just click that card in the top right, and it will take you to that episode. But for now, let's go ahead and collect all of Gondor's lost secrets.
The ability to scry, to see beyond the limit of ordinary vision, has always fascinated us. Those who claim to scry say pools of still water held in an antique bowl can foresee Mordor's many dangers, or reveal a glimpse of fair Gondor itself. But the bowl lacks the range or clarity of the Palantir, and I wonder whether it shows us anything beyond what we might wish to be true.
Huh. That's reminiscent of Galadriel's mirror. But yeah, no, nothing compared to the Seeing Stones. Alright, so that artifact was located right here in the middle of the map. The next one we'll go after is right there. Looks like it's in a cave.
Could the elves scry with such a bowl?
Yes, and doing so was safer than using a Palantir, because the visions travel in only one direction.
Makes sense. It's the danger with Palantirs is that ultimately they are made to communicate with other Palantirs. And so that's why using a Palantir is so dangerous in Lord of the Rings, is because Sauron had one, and we've seen in this game how he got that one. So you ran the risk of just running into him anytime you use it.
Some see rings like this as mere adornment, decoration for one's finger. Yet this ring marks its wearer as a Lord of Gondor, the line of Hamasir. Its filigrees form a seal that marks correspondence as surely as a signature. This ring may be all that's left of Hamasir's line. I know they perished when Minas Ithil fell. When a ring has symbolic significance, it is far more powerful than ordinary jewelry.
Yep. The power of things. Power given to them by people, then redistributed. Alright, now, yeah, down here in this little fishing village we've got one. I'm fascinated to see what that's all about.
The Hamasir family. I knew them. A long time ago.
I doubt they have any further use for it.
There we go. Yeah, it looks like it's an orc stronghold. So I'm just gonna let my Caragor loose, cause some havoc, and then I'll take advantage of the disarray. Maybe gather some followers while I'm at it. Or not. You can have them if you like.
Minas Ithil's bookshelves cannot compare to the great libraries of Minas Tirith, but they're still the biggest collection of knowledge for miles in any direction. As a girl, I thrilled at the wisdom gathered here. Everything from histories to poetry to cookbooks from a bygone age. This one, Tales of Farthest Umbar, was a childhood favorite. Stories of daring from pirates of old. Real corsairs are far less noble than these tales make them out to be, I'm sure. But they can't be as cruel as the orcs.
If you can. Goodness.
When I
Yeah,
became
let's
a ranger,
see.
I thought I'd see the entire world.
It is much the same everywhere. The ambitious striving against the dull.
Let's see. Next artifact is up here in the... No, not you. We'll get to you later. The Corsairs of Umbar. We get to see them briefly in Lord of the Rings. They, well, I mean, barely at all if you haven't seen the extended editions. They are the Black Sail ships that Aragorn and company take over when they, in the Return of the King, when they use their ships to hide the army of the dead at the Battle of Minas Tirith. Alrighty, where... Oh, you're up there. Well, alrighty. Fail to see the exact function of this. Crane... looks like I guess they're using to load lumber or something.
This ore comes from a longboat that washed ashore in the Bay of Belfalis, and it
Yeah.
surely passed through many a corsair's hands before finding its way inland, where I espied it atop a merchant's cart years ago.
Huh.
I've often wondered about the hands that rowed it to sea. Were they the calloused hands of a slave, or those of a dashing corsair of Umbar? I suppose I'll never know.
Yeah. I mean, you can't really know. Hey, you. Cut it out.
What use has an oar away from its boat? So far from the sea.
To remind people that Middle-earth exists beyond the bounds of Mordor.
True that. Mordor is actually, I mean, you can't really tell. Oh, that's in the stronghold. We're gonna want to be stealthy. Mordor is actually in the middle of like 4 great kingdoms of men. Gondor in the west, Rhûn in the northeast, Harad in the southeast, and Umbar in the southwest. And so Sauron, hypothetically, before the time of Lord of the Rings, already fought, conquered, enslaved, and or possibly bribed, gained alliances with the men of Harad and Rhûn and Umbar, and then took all their collective might and threw it against Gondor. So
They
heck,
fancy themselves to be tamers of beasts.
Their beasts won't stop us from taking their fortress.
sorry, Caragor, you can't come with me. Taking their fortress, is that the end goal of this? I know fortress fights are a thing.
We Gondorians are a seafaring people. Though our ships ply the coastlines and rivers, rarely venturing into the open sea. Yet it was not always so. Our ancestors, the Númenóreans, and their elven allies sailed to other lands in ships like this model. Sailors even claim it's possible to sail so far into the ocean that land is too distant to see in any direction. Hard to imagine. So I suppose I'll have to see it for myself someday.
Oh yeah, the Númenóreans were an island people. So they,
The elves truly sail in vessels such as these.
In the First Age, this would count among the most ordinary ships in our fleet.
but the Númenóreans were an island people, so they sailed all over the world. Far, far beyond what even Tolkien actually told us about. Let's see, here you are.
Gondor's roots are literal ones, for our realm is intertwined with the White Tree, our greatest symbol and inspiration. Isildur himself gave our people the sapling that would grow into the White Tree, and it survived attacks from Sauron, plagues, and multiple transplants as Gondor's borders shifted in war. Today, the White Tree stands in our capital, Minas Tirith, though it will not blossom again until the king returns, as my father once said.
I wouldn't trust your father's word after all that mess. Yeah, the actual original capital of Gondor was Osgiliath.
A white
And-
tree. Symbol of Gondor.
Your nation will need more than symbols to inspire it soon enough.
Yeah, but the, oh, I've already branded him. Let's see. Yeah, Osgiliath was the original capital of Gondor. Get out of my way! But after Minas Ithil fell and became Minas Morgul, they needed a stronger, more defensive capital. And Osgiliath, by the time of Lord of the Rings, is just a ruin. War-torn, but it used to be the greatest city of men in the world. Alrighty, what do you got for me?
My first drill instructor told me, trust in your training, not your armor. Even a finely wrought plate can buckle under a hard enough blow, but a skilled warrior can evade that blow so it never lands in the first place. Now Minas Ithil has buckled under. Some blows are impossible to evade, so we do the next best thing. Stand back up again, wounded as we are.
Wise words. It is the nature of Gondor. It takes all the hits.
This armor is intended to be ceremonial, yet it seems sturdy enough.
As it should be. Gondor has little need for ceremony of late.
Here we are, out on this outcropping of rock. Man, it's pretty out here. I'm loving this map design. I love how it's so uniquely different from the other maps we've seen.
Numenor was an island in the Sundering Seas to the west, the greatest realm of men before it sank beneath the waves. Few survived that calamity, mostly pioneers keen to settle what we now call Middle-earth. We Gondorians have often sought inspiration in what we know of Numenor, and many a young soldier would come to touch the brow of this helmet, wondering what great battles in far-off lands its owner must have seen.
Yeah, Numenor is kind of the Atlantis of Middle-earth. Although, not quite.
A helmet of Numenor. Adequate craftsmanship, given the materials available.
That is the closest you've come to respecting a fellow craftsman.
Yeah, but the Numenorians, they became obsessed with the fact that they were mortal, and they sought to destroy the elves and even the Valar, which to them were really only legend. They decided to attack Valar. Not all of them, but, you know, like, enough to be a problem. So the war that they had with the elves and the Valar ended up breaking the world, so that Valinor wasn't a place you could really sail to anymore. Let's see. Up here we go.
Not every author seeks to inspire. Some seek to instruct. So it is with Contrivances of Carpentry by Pelwyn of Lossarnoch. I spent many an hour tracing the wondrous diagrams within this tome. Instructions for building everything from hobby horses to windmills to catapults. I wonder sometimes who taught more apprentice carpenters, Pelwyn or his book.
Huh. Gondorian trebuchets you see in the Return of the King, they're actually way more effective than the orcs' catapults. Catapults are really, honestly, very, very crude.
As a lad, I was always fascinated by woodwork. Turning boards into furniture, a home.
Talion the craftsman. That I'd have liked to see.
Well, that wasn't to be so, was it? Whoa! Camera change. There we go. While they're distracted by the Caragor, we'll get the cred and get out. Ooh.
I believe this statue depicts Galadriel, an elf queen from a legendary forest beyond Gondor. I found scant reference to her in our books, but I know her name means tree maiden, and she's said to have hair of gold and silver. She was an elven monarch of the First Age. What wonders she must have seen when the world was so young.
Little does she know that Galadriel's still around.
Did you know Galadriel?
Know her. She is an aunt of sorts. Suffice it to say, we did not always see eye to eye.
Heh. Let's see, we've got one more artifact. Oh, zoomed out too far. Whoops. One more artifact around here somewhere. Where are you? Oh, okay, I see it. It's up here. It's in that cave. It was kind of disguised by the texture of the rock. All right, let's get out of here. And Galadriel is one of the oldest creatures in all of Middle-earth. Don't mind me, fellows. Very, very few things alive at the time of Lord of the Rings are older than Galadriel. She literally is older than the sun and the moon. Let me see who. Gain intel. I'm trying to gain intel whenever I can on captains, just because they attack you out of nowhere a lot. I cut out most of the encounters because they don't go anywhere, but it is what it is.
Those who live in Gondor's lowlands could easily forget how close to Mordor Minas Ithil was. Few of Gondor's people devote more than a moment's thought to its borders, or what lies beyond. For them, the threat of Mordor is distant indeed.
Yeah, Mordor is on Gondor's eastern border. It's actually a weird place to keep the capital, considering. Whoop.
I've never seen a map of Gondor so detailed.
Yet look at how little your people know of other lands.
Come here. There we go. Alright, yep. Well, that has been all of the Gondorian artifacts in the area of Nurnen. Thank you all so much for joining me. Please consider subscribing if you would like to stay updated with the series. And like this video if you liked, and I will see you all next time. Bye.